Hey guys, so I wanted to make a reaction video on my off-roading trip. Um, I'm with my little guy right now. I went to River Road Rally Park in McHenry, Illinois on Sunday with my local Jeep group. I went out, I had fun, but there's definitely a lot to consider before taking your Trailhawk or Renegade out. That I wish someone would have mentioned to me before. Basically everyone that was out there in my group was already experienced and I wasn't. So I kind of just wish that there was someone that could kind of take you through the trail, or maybe just ride along with you to kind of give you some tips. Make sure to wear boots, or rain boots or just something. Guys, don't wear baggy jeans, preferably shorts if you guys have them. If you're gonna wear jeans, definitely bring a belt because you are gonna be getting in and out of your Jeep in the mud, having to possibly hook tow cables, or just maybe walk around areas that are full of mud or whatever it is, rocks. So definitely come prepared. One mistake I made is I was following another Wrangler, and the first run I followed him and I just kind of did whatever he did, which was my mistake because obviously our cars are different. The Renegade Trailhawk can hold its own, which I found out for sure, but it's not the same car. It doesn't have the same wheels, and I have stock wheels right now, stock tires, and that definitely makes a difference. So the mistake I made is I went everywhere he went, and of course in the video, if you guys saw, I got stuck. And even though I knew I was gonna get stuck, I still went for it, which was stupid of me because I saw him do it and I was like, oh, he got through just fine, I'll go ahead and be fine as well. I should have used my gut feeling and not gone through it, but I did, and that was my mistake. And going through the course afterwards, where I felt a little bit more comfortable, I realized that you really have to go with your gut feeling on certain areas, whether it's hills or muddy areas or whatever it is. You really have to go with your gut feeling. Really kind of plan out where you're going, because you can't just look at it and say, oh, I'm going there and I'm going, gun it and you see what happens. I mean, you really have to look at the trail, look where everyone is going, and kind of see, if I take that route, will it be good? Will it be bad? Will I get stuck? One time that I went, this guy was riding with me, which was really cool. He was in a Tahoe, but he asked for a ride and I gave him a ride and he gave me a ride in his. He was just really cool and he gave me some tips. And on one of those occasions, I told him we were going up a hill, and I told him, because there was already a two-line route, where the tires were, and there was this like big pile of mud or dirt in the middle, which the first time I went up it, you could hear the bottom of the car, scratch, which isn't a big deal. It was probably like, I don't know, the shield or something, but it sounds pretty nasty, and my car is brand new. So, obviously I wanted to go put my left tire right on top of the middle area, and then my other tire would be on top of another area where there wasn't the marks, which would have been perfect. That way I would go up the hill and not necessarily through the trail, if that makes sense. Sorry. So that way I wouldn't hear the grinding noise. And when I told him, he's like, no, just follow the trail, it's fine. And as I got more comfortable and I had more experience, I did exactly what I wanted to do, and I got the outcome that I wanted, which I didn't hear that grinding noise on the bottom of my car, which was perfect, and obviously people that don't have a Renegade and haven't gone off-roading in one are going to have a different mindset, so don't let that sway you into doing something. If you're not going with someone that has a Trailhawk, definitely take it easy with your first run. in my video, my first run was like really boring, you know, because I was going slow. I wasn't really going through any hill areas or any steep places, because again, I wasn't sure, like, will I make it, will it work, will I get stuck? So it was kind of boring. But my second and third time, you know, just from there on, it was awesome. I mean, I was going through, as you saw in the video, if you did, you know, really big hills, through the mud. You know, I didn't really have any issue. I was definitely using the mud setting and the 4 low. That definitely helped out a lot. So that's definitely something you want to make sure you're taking advantage of if you do go. One thing I did notice, though, that if I am going to continue, or if you plan to continue, definitely consider lifting the Renegade. That's something that's going to be beneficial. And definitely some bulkier tires, because it is something that will eventually become a problem. Another thing, be prepared to have weather mats or some type of mats that are not the carpet ones in your car, because I got super muddy on the inside. And one of the biggest things that people do not tell you when you go off-roading, because there's going to be mud in some places, is that your car is going to have an after effect. After I left the park, my steering wheel would not stop shaking. My alignment was a little off, which freaked me the hell out. Like, this is a brand new car. Oh, there's a Jeep. Jeep wave, everyone. Jeep wave. It's important. After I left the park, my car was super shaky. The steering wheel would not stop shaking. My alignment was a little off. It was going towards the right, which was freaking me the hell out, because, again, my car is new. It's my baby. You know, yeah, I want to go off-roading, but I didn't think it would have an issue. I thought everything would be fine. So, of course, I'm panicking inside, because I don't know anyone to call to say, hey, you know, is this normal, or anything. So, you know, I went to a car wash to try to get all the mud out, right? I was hoping that whatever was causing my car to shake would stop, you know, hopefully. So I went to the car wash, and here's another thing. Be prepared to spend at least maybe $15 to $25 at a car wash. And you cannot go to a regular car wash, even the best car wash that you think that's automated. It's not going to work for this. There's one by my house which is like $10, and it has like an under wash, and it just, you know, all the bells and whistles that a car wash has, and it's awesome. You have to go to one of those do-it-yourselves wash, because just the regular car washes aren't, but it's not going to give you that high pressure that you need to get rid of all that crap. I literally spent $10 in quarters, which I may change obviously, but $10, water or soap to get everything off of the car. The most importantly is the bottom of the car. As I was explaining, the shaking of my steering wheel and my alignment being off is because all of the grass, the mud that I went over gets stuck to your wheels, and it's like cement. If you Google it, a lot of people call it the death wobble. This is not going to rinse off with rain. It was raining that day after I left. It was raining the next day, and it's still kind of raining today. And it did not come off. I literally went to the car wash again today. I spent another $6 literally on the floor. It improved a little bit. I could feel it on like my left side, driver's side, where it doesn't wobble as much. But now my right side still feels like crap. But you know, I think that if I would have known that ahead of time, I don't think I would have done so much in the mud. you know, just because my car's so new, I kind of have that feeling where I don't want it to, you know, anything to happen to it. Which obviously, yes, you're going off-roading. Something is going to happen to it. Possibly, you know, it's going to have some consequences, but still, you know, it's like you want to have fun and you want to go off-roading, but you don't think it's going to affect the car. You think it's just going to drive off and be fine, which was not the case. So there's definitely a lot to consider before you go. Make sure that you're aware of what you need to do. But the wash is definitely something that it's going to take some time. You know, like I said, I went Sunday. I tried to clean off as much as I could Sunday underneath the car, you know, but I couldn't get too much. Today I went and I was just surprised at how much was still there, stuck to the wheels. I mean, that stuff literally is like cement. Um, Even underneath, you know, like the shields, the rubber shields that like protect the exhaust pipes and everything. I mean, everything was just clumped in there. It's crazy to see how much and where it all sticks. Um, it was just everywhere, and like I said, I spent $6 just now trying to get most of it off, and it's gonna take some time. And you know, now that I think about it, I remember one of the guys when we went there before we started, he's like, oh, I'm still trying to get them. I'm sorry, I just barely finished getting off all of the mud from the last time I was here, and that was like a month ago. So literally this guy, it took him a month to get rid of all the mud and grass or whatever from the last trip. So I mean, that's just definitely something to consider. I don't know if he had the shakes on his car while driving, but I can't go past 45 without it, you know, wobbling like crazy. Right now, you know, I was at 50 and it didn't feel so bad, but it is just something that's going to have to take some time and effort. Obviously, I'm gonna have to go back to the car wash to, you know, try to finish. So yeah, guys, I hope that a lot of this was helpful for those of you planning on going. Um, there's definitely, again, a lot to consider and think about, but I had a lot of fun. I'm hoping that the wobbling goes away. I'm gonna have to go back again to the car wash. I'm gonna have to make another $10 change, but I definitely have to go with someone to get rid of all this crap because you know, I washed away a lot now, but there's still a lot left. It's insane.